I want a sandwich. Globule. Noun, a small round particle of a substance. A drop.
Hey guys, it's Duan and...
I thought you were gonna say my husband.
Oh, no, I thought that you were gonna say husband. No? Hello? Hello? No? Hey guys, it's Duan and...
Husband.
And this is gonna be a post-wedding Q&A. I posted on my Instagram for you guys to send in questions, and very many of you did, so thank you so much. So I'm very excited to, I don't know, talk about it now that it's over. I put it very lightly on the thing. I don't think that they heard it.
I heard it.
Oh. First things first, I want to take a second to talk about the wedding day in regards to being very proud of myself that I stayed very present and like took it all in and wasn't overwhelmed with not having my dad and my grandparents there as I feared that I would be. I think what helped me not be so sad and think about it so much was that I just made myself be present and like take in the fact that like Craig and I were getting married that day, and I was, you know, surrounded by like my mama and like all my friends and family that are here today that I really dearly love.
Did you think about it at all?
Oh, I definitely thought about it, but I had like the anxiety and like, you know, when you're thinking about the future, like before the wedding, I was like, I'm gonna be so distraught and so emotional and I'm not gonna be able to get through it. If you watched my vlog, that was the wedding dress vlog, that's when I talked about it. No, you didn't watch it. I spoke about trying to work on, you know, my mental health and that, you know, not being so depressed on my wedding day that like my dad wouldn't be there and my grandparents and, you know, the people that I've lost recently. Actually, I was fine. And for all of you who are going to experience, you know, having your wedding day without your father or your mom there, I have full faith in you that you're going to be fine too. Just stay present and focus on like what's happening that second and like seeing your loved one. I had the fear that when Brown Eyed Girl would turn on, because like that was like my dad's song to me.
Oh, that you would cry. That
I would cry like walking down the aisle, and I didn't. I was like very present, just like, oh, I'm here with my mom, you know, and like walking down the aisle, and it was such,
yeah, but I think you're allowed to cry
happy
on your wedding day.
Oh, absolutely, but I didn't want to cry for the wrong reasons. I wanted to be crying because like
happy
I love
cry.
You and happy cry rather than like sad that, you know, my dad's not there.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to focus so much on that because I wanted to have a happy day. On that note, walking down the aisle to Brown Eyed Girl, when everybody had walked down like our wedding party and it was just left for my mother and I to walk down, the music changed because it was going to be Brown Eyed Girl, like the acoustic version, what?
Like the quartet
version of Brown Eyed Girl. The moment that it started and the DJ like put it on, I was like, this is not the song. Like he turned on the wrong song. The wedding planner was like, this is not the song, and literally ran.
Yeah, she booked it.
She booked it so fast, like literally in the line of where my mom and I are supposed to walk, and everyone's like facing our way, straight to the DJ. My mom and I, as we were standing there, and I'm just like, this is not the song, this is not the song. My mom was like, this is Brown Eyed Girl. And I was like, it is? And I was like, oops. And we started walking.
I don't think anybody noticed. I don't know, Sienna, did you notice? Yeah.
You did?
I didn't. Maybe I just wasn't paying attention, but...
Yeah, we're just like, what's going on? We saw Natalie go.
Yeah, I saw Natalie run for sure.
She booked it. She's such a good wedding planner. She was like, oh, there's something wrong, but everything was fine. And it was just me. And
then I forgot to get you.
Oh yeah, and then Craig forgot to like come to my mom.
6 seconds later.
To like take my hand. So there are like a bunch of like little things, but like even if you watch the video, like we're just laughing. It's hilarious. Yeah. My dress got caught. Like I couldn't go up the stairs. One main huge thing that happened on our wedding day, believe it or not,
about 70% of the alcohol didn't show up.
Didn't arrive to the venue. And we were not told this until the reception. All Wise, which is our friend's meadery, like mead company, that was their wedding gift to us, was to supply a lot of the alcohol. They sent like 6 cases of mead to Descanso Gardens. We did get very lucky that Singha Beer also sent us beer.
Yeah.
It's an amazing Thai beer company.
Yeah.
It was just kind of terrible that the kid, what happened? Oh,
She got matcha on her white sweater.
oh no.
So all we had was
Beer, a ton of beer.
Well, beer and like 12 bottles of wine that we brought, remember?
Oh, from Costco.
Yeah.
Like we also brought that.
Yeah.
Patina, the catering company, ended up being okay because they had their own wine on hand that they gave to us. I'm sure there are a bunch of other little things that happened, but it's like, you don't even care. You're just like, okay, well, you know, someone else will deal with
Yeah.
it. Someone else can take care of it. Do you wish you both could experience your wedding again, but as guests?
No.
No, I would
I
like
wanna
to be
experience it
the
again,
bride
but-
and groom again.
Yeah.
But it was so cool watching footage of our wedding from guest point of view, because the majority of my wedding vlog was from the eyes of Barbara and Jai, because they, you know, took over vlogging that day, and it was so cool to see it from a different perspective.
Yeah.
Like there was like an hour and 20 minutes of footage, and Craig and I just one night after the wedding, we like sat down and watched all of it, and we were just like, so like,
I don't really like going to weddings, so no,
you don't like going to weddings?
not really.
No. Are you guys planning on moving or staying in New York? As of now, we plan to stay in New York. I personally would like to get a 2-bedroom. We've been in the same 1-bedroom for 7 years now, which is crazy. I mean, I do love our little apartment. I would just like to move
Just
to
more space,
a bigger space, yeah, but still in New York City. We just love it here.
If we have our first kid here and they go through like preschool or whatever here, and then we move back.
Yeah, yeah. That's another question a lot of people were asking. This is exciting. Well, you might start trying
Next year.
the end of next year. If we're lucky enough to get pregnant when we start trying, I would have like our first kid after I'm 33, a little bit after I'm 33. It's such a scary topic because I feel like I will, you know, I'm not ready, but that's the thing, I feel like no one's ever really ready. But it's exciting because then it's like, oh, I get to go through this with you and experience this with you. And we both won't be ready, but it'll be like a fun learning experience and like having our first kid together.
That's a lot of time to build your mom arms.
Oh, I already can barely hold Nacho. And then maybe the second when I'm like 35 or 36. My parents both had me when they were 38, almost 39. And I would just like to be a little bit younger than that. But at the same time,
I think my dad was 30 when I was born.
Yeah.
I don't want a kid right now.
Yeah, I don't want a kid right now either. That's why I'm like, okay, maybe in like a year and a half or so. Can you explain the Thai wedding, the significance and everything?
Nice.
We just looked at Sienna and she was like, she pulled up her shirt and was doing like a little belly rolls. So the Thai wedding was way beyond my expectations, and it was so beautiful, and the guests,
so cool.
We got so many compliments of like the guests really enjoying it.
And it allowed us to interact with everyone.
Yes, which was so cool. We had all of our guests, which we were so selective with who we just wanted like our family and our closest friends to be there. So to have each and every one of them come up to us and give us blessings, and everyone, you know, you come up and you say like, oh, I wish that, you know, you have like a happy life together and whatever. And
it's quite a few kids.
Yeah. And you take holy water and you like pour it on our hands. And it was just so cool to just be there and like interact and see all these people that we love and truly care about, and they get to interact with us like on our wedding day during the ceremony. It was very emotional. Like a lot of people cried during the Thai ceremony. Towards the end, we pay respect to our parents. So Craig and I would like come down and they were all seated, and we would just like, you know, bow on the laps on the knees of our parents. And I thought that was so beautiful. Like we should pay respect to our parents, you know, like we wouldn't be here without them. And they've been so supportive of like our relationship and everything, and it was so nice. And they're like the most important people in our lives.
Yeah.
So it was wonderful, and I'm glad that we did that. What was the most favorite part about the planning and the least?
When it was done. No, I think I like
straight up. It's so stressful.
Receiving the invitations and like seeing
like,
names
this
and
is
stuff on
real.
it.
Yeah. We put a lot of trust into our vendors. So like our florists, we were like, well, we kind of like this look. Our planner helped with that to find like the style that we wanted. And same with the cake. We were like, okay, we kind of like this style, like plain white, but like roses. We just want like flowers incorporated-ish. You can do whatever. We kind of let everyone do whatever. So the day of the wedding and getting there a couple hours before to do our first look
Photos,
pictures and seeing it being set up, it was the coolest, craziest thing because we were like, they're setting up for our wedding and this is what it looks like. It was beyond our wildest dreams. This whole collaborative process that they put their own perspective into and their own eye into, and seeing like, oh, the flowers on the arch and all the bouquets and like there was candles, like all these things that we didn't say like we want this, like everyone just came and it just looked so beautiful. It was like this surprise. It was just honestly a dream because we were like, well, how is this our wedding? Like it's so beautiful. There was like these beautiful like hoops with like flowers like where the cake was that I was like, this design is so cool. Like everyone just had the coolest, greatest ideas and came together and did it. And I forget what the question was, but favorite was just kind of actually giving the trust into like, you know, they're professionals and they, you know, we're just like, you do a good job, we trust you. For our guest gifts, we bought little mason jars on Amazon, filled them with like my favorite coffee beans. I bought like these little cute little name tags on Amazon and we like markered like, thanks for being here, you know, 9/8/19 Craig and Duan. Like we did so many stamps. Everything was stamped like C and D. We got fans for everybody because it was hot. We stamped them. Just little things like that. Even the seating charts. I went on like Facebook Marketplace and just found somebody selling like all these old frames in my hometown for like $15. And I was like, I messaged them right away like, perfect, I'm gonna pick them up. And we found twine on Amazon. I found really cool botanical like pressed paper on eBay.
I was just watching her videos this morning.
Calligrapher. She was amazing. With that eBay order, I just like shipped them to her because she was gonna like calligraphy all the names on them and it was perfect. She cut them up like individually to the size that I said that, you know, it should be. Just everything was like such a cool collaborative process, but also like we try to be like as cheap as possible. Like I said, I found those papers on eBay. It's like our welcome mirrors. My mom found them on 50% off day at Goodwill. She found like 2 huge, beautiful mirrors. One was $10, one was $15, and then we used my friend Aggie's, I think it's called a Cricut machine. We printed out stickers of like, welcome, you know, 9/8/19, and then we placed them all on the mirrors. Like everything was just with our own personal touch as well. On that note, I have a very funny story that I'm going to talk about for 20 seconds because it's so sad. I told you this. When I picked up my dress, like when I paid for it and was like taking it home, like I finally had my dress, I was trying to be very frugal and I was like, I should take a car home because I'm holding this gown. But no, I'm going to take the train home. It's okay, I'll still take the subway home. When I got to the subway station, there was a train there, a subway there, and it was just about to close its doors. And me was like, I don't want to wait for the next one. Ran into the subway with holding my gown, just like running frazzled. The subway doors closed on my dress. And literally when it happened, I was just like, just like, my body didn't know how to react. My heart was like pounding and I was just sweating. I was just like, this would happen to me. This would happen to me. Finally, I think the last time I was able to bring it in just enough, but it straight up was like, think on my gown that I just, you know, spent a lot of money on. That sucked. When I got home, I checked it and it was okay, but
my
still,
experience was a complete
I can't believe that happened. Oh, you just had like a lovely time. You just went to your fitting and then it was flown to California.
One fitting like a month before they shipped it. That was good. I feel like the only thing that's different is that like I consciously want to make sure that I'm like a good partner, nice to you, I guess.
I don't feel different, but I do feel different. It's like nice to know that it's like, okay, now it's really just us now. And we like legitimately are a team now. So now I'm just like,
Like legally, we have to be.
Like Craig, I feel like sometimes Craig is like my baby now, my baby child, that I have to make sure that he like stays alive and stuff now. Craig likes to do freaking, what are those things called?
Pull-ups?
Pull-ups on scaffolding. And Craig's like, well, you know, it's for construction.
It's literally meant for people to walk on top of.
Anyways, Craig, when we walk Nacho, he'll stop when he sees scaffolding and do pull-ups on it, like 5 pull-ups. And I'm just like, don't do that. You're going to fall and you're going to break your head and then I'm going to have to deal with this. Like, no. So I'm just like now looking out, I think more for him because it's like now we are together forever.
So that you don't lose your meal ticket.
Okay.
Because I pay for all the groceries.
Are you kidding me?
90% of the groceries.
No. Keep going. I've heard that after your wedding, you get a little sad because your special day is over. Did you experience this the day after your wedding? I've always wondered if it's true.
You weren't sad the day after because you were too hungover to.
I was so hungover the next day. Let's talk about that for a second. Craig surprised me with an after party after the wedding because
gotta thank Jai for that one too.
Yes, thank you, Jai.
He found it.
Our venue is actually very strict with a lot of things because it's a botanical garden and it's owned by the city of Los Angeles. Like we had to be done with the reception by 10 p.m., like no later. We're with all of our friends and family that have flown in and are there to celebrate us. I was like, prior to our wedding, I was like, I really want to find a place where we can just all go after. Craig was like, we couldn't find a place. Jai told me.
Which was true.
We couldn't find a place. No, oh really?
Yeah, we had to contact the owner and that's why it was private.
Yeah, and it was only us. In the place, which is so cool. And when we walked up to the place, there's like a big guy outside and he was like, what's the password? And the password was Nacho. So everyone that walked there had to go and be like, Nacho. And then he was like, okay. And just like go back in. And it was just open to us and it was so cool and it was so much fun. Oh my God, I loved that so much.
Cool, yeah.
Oh, I loved that. Felt like death until like 6 p.m. the next day.
That's fine.
But then after that was Monday, right? So then Tuesday morning was when we left to drive up to Yosemite for our little mini moon and go camping. And I think because all of our events were like back to back, like I had my bachelorette party, my bridal shower, rehearsal dinner, and the wedding and mini moon all within like literally 9 days of each other. So I think when it came to the mini moon, it was just like, oh, all of these events like have already been done and over with. Even to this day, like this moment right now, me talking, I can't believe that it's over. Like we did it and we got married and it happened so beautifully. Like even though so many things went wrong that were huge.
I keep thinking you're gonna poke Nacho in the eye.
It was such a success and
absolutely.
It was so perfect and everybody was there. Yeah, I'm sad it's over, but I'm just happy thinking about when I think about it. I'm just like, and just how wonderful it turned out.
Yeah.
And so just happy, more happy thoughts. So yeah, I love you. We're married now.
I love you. Can we go get a sandwich now?
Yeah, let's go get a sandwich. Thank you guys so much for sending in questions. Did you hear that? Let me put that up. Thank you so much for you guys, or to you guys, for you guys. Thank you so much.
I'm hungry.
Thank you so much, you guys, for tuning in and being here for us. I love you, and I will see you next week. Oh, you can hear the coffee in my tummy move. Can you hear it, Sienna?